The Girl Scouts have about 15 million boxes of unsold cookies, and it's not because there's thinning demand for Thin Mints. Solicitor Jimmy Richardson says there haven't been many local arrests for sex and human trafficking. Thousands of families right here in Horry County who depend on these groups will be impacted, but leaders assured me today that they won't go without. New at 5:30, the Myrtle Beach Police Department got approval from City Council today to apply for 2 grants offered by the U.S. Department of Justice. Take a look at this sign here on the door. Folks have been swinging by here, but the doors remain shut to the public. If you follow me right over this way, right across the street, folks here tell me this bar and restaurant is the home of the CCMF after party. One family member I spoke with has been here all morning, all throughout the day, and he is still here tonight. Kathy, how long have you been with the Grand Strand Humane Society?
9 years.
So I just feel like you're so connected. Tell me just what this means to just be able to bring these pets here. It's caught on the bow tie.
Okay.
Wait.
It's okay. Love this cat.
Oh, wait, it's going to be okay. Okay, we're going to figure this out, but we're going to be back with our entertainment headlines right after the break. Okay,
Holiday feels delicious, right? Good? Okay, I'm glad it lives up to the hype. It's
oh my gosh.
And again, this is, from Hudsonville.
You guys got to get this. Ice like this, I wish that raindrops would fall. Do you remember that? You might not remember that. You got to see the 5 heartbeats.
I need to hear the melody sometimes to remember this.
And I got to do the same.
Trying to get out to get to the baby, and Brett was struggling so hard. He was saying, "Help me, get the baby, help me. Please get the baby."
Jessie Jewett in Grand Strand Medical Center tonight, reliving the moments that she says turned her life upside down. Her fiancé Brett and baby girl Ember were heading back home from grabbing baby formula and a pizza last Saturday afternoon when suddenly a truck hit them head on.
My lungs are lacerated. My ribs are bruised severely.
Jessie preparing for her first surgery tonight.
I know, we should not have survived that crash.
Grateful for the strangers who held their hand. While recovering, she has to stand in a back brace, not able to lie down as often due to a broken back and hip. Her baby's brain bleed has stopped for now, but has a broken arm and leg. And Brett, her fiance, is in a medically induced coma.
And Brett went to throw himself in front of me, his whole body. And because he did that, he ended up on top of the engine, pinned on it with the steering wheel.
Timothy Tyndall, charged with 3 counts of felony DUI, is out on a $75,000 bond.
It was a little crushing because he was in the same accident as us, and he walked out of the hospital that night to go to jail with just a couple scratches on his face.
It all started about 10 years ago.
I guess these things just kind of slipped into town overnight, and we found out we had some pain clinics in town, and we experienced a lot of drug overdoses.
Horry County Coroner Robert Edge says when he first started over 20 years ago, most causes of deaths were
medical issues, a few car wrecks here and there, and maybe 2-3 homicides a year.
Today, most deaths trace back to drug use.
Mainly fentanyl is the top one, some heroin, some cocaine, and some methadone.
Narcan is used to treat overdoses from these drugs. Horry County Fire Rescue has continued to administer more Narcan over the last 3 years. Over 1,200 doses have been given so far this year to 932 patients. Edge says he believes most drug use is gang-related, but for Nicole Chris, addiction started in 2009 after 2 back surgeries.
If it wasn't for knowing what my brother went through with being a heroin addict, I probably would have transitioned over to heroin.
Instead, Chris asked for help, and ever since, she's been helping others battling addiction.
At Favor Grand Strand, we offer peer-led support services because we know that peers who have lived experience in substance use disorder and in recovery are often the ones who have the best chance of reaching someone who is in active addiction.
Those doses were not designed for the public or whatever. They were designed to keep government services working at the county level.
Horry County Councilman Johnny Vaught says the county ordered vaccines from South Carolina DHEC specifically for county employees.
As far as a designee and that kind of thing, I don't agree with it because I think we need to take care of the original intent of this thing in the first place.
When DHEC got word of the possibility of Horry County Fire Rescue vaccinating people outside of Phase 1A, they sent a letter to Ben Lawson, the county EMS manager, asking if others who are not recognized in that phase are getting the shot. The department responded saying they granted employees to have a designee to also receive the vaccine, with an emphasis on those who met Phase 1A criteria and also considered ways to avoid wasting vaccines.
We really want to make sure that available vaccine gets in the arms of individuals who have been determined to be at increased risk.
When we asked Kelly Moore, the spokeswoman for the county who falls under the designee category, she said she's not providing any additional information at this time, and still no word on how many designees have been vaccinated so far. Neither DHEC or the CDC outlines a designated person in its guidelines.